My simple question, do we get the movie that Adam Sandler promised us? Let's talk about it. What is up, Netflix fans? Welcome back to my channel. Every week we're talking the brand new movie or show on Netflix, and today Adam Sandler is back. Happy Madison Productions hath returned to Netflix. We're talking Hubie Halloween. I need you in the comments down below. I'm a massive fan of Adam Sandler, what he was able to do in the 80s and the 90s. Is this his return to comedy? Let's talk about it. Despite his devotion to his hometown of Salem, Hubie is a figure of mockery for kids and adults alike. This year, something is going bump in the night, and it's up to Hubie to save Halloween. So it's Adam and friends. They're back. It's another opportunity for Adam Sandler to just kind of have a good time, film a silly little movie with a bunch of his buddies, Kevin James, Shaquille O'Neal, Ray Liotta, Steve Buscemi, Rob Schneider, Maya Rudolph, Tim Meadows. We even have Michael Chiklis, Kenan Thompson, a couple of Disney Channel stars. Got a Stranger Things kid, Noah Schnapp. It is packed with talent, comedic talent, and actual, genuinely great actors alike. I was really excited to see Adam Sandler come back because, again, and I teased it at the beginning, after Uncut Gems, his massive snub, he said, I'm going to make the worst movie you've ever seen, and you can do nothing about it. And you know what? I've come to accept the fact that Adam Sandler is just going to do these silly comedies on Netflix. He doesn't care what I think. He doesn't care what anyone else thinks. He's going to make the movie he wants to make and have fun with it. And I really have embraced that. After being snubbed for an Oscar nomination for one of the best performances I've seen in years in Uncut Gems, he was fantastic. He returns to the world of ridiculous comedy. Is his performance here very good? No. Is the movie cohesive? Not really. Do I care? Not at all. Hubie Halloween is what it is. It is exactly what it said it was going to be in the trailer. I watched the trailer. I cringed a little bit. I said, this isn't all that funny. Same with the movie. Watched the movie, cringed a little bit at times. It's not cohesive. There are subplots galore. And honestly, at times, it felt like they just got an actor when there was some free time in their schedule, filmed a little bit, forgot about that subplot, brought him back about 45 minutes later. Hey, can you do another scene really quick? That's what this movie feels like. But you know what? If you're up for a spoof-tastic, gag-centric, silly film where Adam Sandler's doing this accent to where you can't really understand what he's saying, I've had this criticism before, you don't. I mean, subtitles, probably should have done subtitles. Hard to figure that out. Throwbacks to some of his older films and some of the movies in that sphere in general. You have the Chris Farley, David Spade, who surprisingly wasn't in this movie, Adam Sandler sphere. You have character names. You have the same actors, obviously. Some really fun cameos, some fun appearances by even characters from some nostalgic Adam Sandler movies. One at the main beginning, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they brought that character, the character, not the actor, back for this movie. Doesn't make any sense. No. But again, it is what it is with these Adam Sandler films. Some of these other ones that just haven't really worked for me at all. And at first, I'm angry. I'm like, why can't Adam Sandler make a better movie? But then again, I just think about Uncut Gems and do what you want, Adam. Do what you want, man. Now, I will say this, all jokes aside, it did genuinely get me in the Halloween spirit. It does embrace Halloween. This town loves Halloween. Hubie is just the world's biggest Halloween fan, and he'll do whatever it takes to keep the town safe, the people within the town safe, and he's a good guy. But everybody's always making fun of him. Maya Rudolph, Tim Meadows, Ray Liotta, they're all just bashing him constantly and consistently, and the only person who feels anything for old Hubie other than his mother is Julie Bowen, who plays more, and the name also sounds like Vicky Valancourt from The Waterboy. And I loved it. I immediately said, whoa, hang on, she's not the same character, different characters. So you have the appearances from the same characters and then different characters that are played by the same actor. Again, it doesn't make sense. But it is all for fun with Adam and his friends. And again, I think that's okay if you enjoy a movie like this. I can't sit here and say it's a good movie because it's not. Some of the gags were just horrible. They rely on fart jokes and peeing and the word boner, and there are random scenes that don't really make any sense in context. There's a scene where Adam speaks in front of a bunch of kids, and instead of something realistic happening, they all start throwing food at him at the same time, which again would have been really fun to film, but within the context of the movie, it doesn't feel realistic. And there's so many moments that don't feel realistic. Adam Sandler is essentially just walking around getting scared of everything and just mumbling and just understand what he's saying. And it's just, you know, it is what you expect. Someone like Kevin James, who I genuinely like, he was kind of a cartoon character the entire time, as are most of the characters here, and the plot itself just goes in so many different directions. It's hard to conceptually take on what the point of the movie is, and then we get to that ending, which is just completely ridiculous. And there are these moments where, you know, sad music starts playing, it tries to take itself seriously, everybody's, you know, people are apologizing to Hubie, and you have this completely ridiculous movie over here, you're trying to set up a romance here, you're trying to bring all of these different tones together that just don't add up at the end of the day. So again, not Sandler's worst outing on Netflix, not the worst Happy Madison Productions movie. Does it feel like the movies that we love from the 80s and 90s? No, not necessarily, even with the cameos and the references and the Easter eggs. But I do think some people will find some fun out of this movie. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And like I said, it did kind of get me in the Halloween spirit, which is nice. So before I give you guys my score, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned. Another review today, American Pie, the brand new film that just hit Netflix. I do feel like I keep holding out for these films. Every time I start out watching one, I'm like, oh, this one's going to be different, and it does end up being the same shtick, but again, it comes down to what you're looking for in a movie like this. If you're going to analyze it critically, I'd say harshly maybe, like I do, then you're not going to love it. It is one that will provide some fun, but again, I have to judge it accordingly. I have to judge it for what it is, and the film itself, the way it's put together, the lack of a story, the lack of many compelling characters or relationships, that's the reason why I can't go necessarily high with my score. I genuinely think Sandler is a good actor. I do. Uncut Gems, The Merowitz Stories, Punch Drunk Love. The guy has shown chops before. Doesn't show them here, but again, I will not let this movie taint my thoughts on the great Adam Sandler. I'm going to go, you know what? I'm still going to go a 40% because it's not the worst we've seen from him comedy-wise over the last couple of years, and it does its job for a certain audience, but critically, it just... Appreciate you guys. Stay tuned. I've already done my Haunting of Bly Manor review, but there will be a spoiler video coming Friday, as well as some talk about Season 2 of The Boys. We're getting that finale. We're going to talk about it. If you guys like this video, be sure to leave it a thumbs up, and I'll see you very soon.